back to Falmouth. I'm at Surf Drive. Just got done with a quick 3-mile run because yesterday I ran the Falmouth Road Race, and let me tell you, I had a blast. There's a lot of good stories from this race. Had a good race to begin with, particularly with coming back from the broken humerus arm. So not a lot of training, but I lost a lot of weight. Got myself in somewhat decent shape, probably not good racing shape just yet, but I can't be anything more than thrilled with what happened at this race. That was rough. Really rough, but we did it. 54-1, I think. First story is this. I signed up for the lottery, and it was right after I broke my arm. So I said, hey, if I don't get in, I don't get in. I'm not going to sweat it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to run the race. So I had to take a good 6 weeks off and then started running a bit, even though it probably wasn't the best idea because falling would not be good. And about a few weeks ago, when I looked at the road race numbers, I saw something very interesting. Is that my race number this year, there's almost 12,000 runners in the race, is 1975. And I giggled to myself and said, what in the world? Because 1975 is the first year that I ran Falmouth, the third year of the race, as a 16-year-old. It's my first ever road race. I've done cross country and track. So I said, well, that's either the weirdest coincidence or someone in the road race committee is looking out for me. So it remained a good little mystery until I came down for the expo 2 days before the race. And I got in the line for the numbers in the thousands. And they say, what's your number? And I said, well, I'm 1975. And they looked me up. Jim Hansen? Yes. You no longer have this number. I really liked that number. So I wasn't sure what was going to happen. They said, go over to that table over there. And they pointed to the elite table. They said, you have a number over there now. So I go, oh, wow. What's going on? So I get to the elite table, and they said, your number is 151, which was like, oh, that's crazy. That puts me up in the elite section at the start of the race. I've been there before in the past, and it's always an honor to be up there. Not that I'm elite or ever was elite, but you get to start at the front of the pack, get to warm up with the pros, and get your own porta-johns. There's no lines and things like that. So I'm like, how did I get this number? So I saw Chris Gelfie, he's the president of the Falmouth Road Race now, and I said, you know what's going on with my number? Figured maybe he did it because we're friends. And he goes, no, I have no idea what's going on. So I went back into the number section and I said, where do I go? So I saw they had a elite table for questions for the elite runners. So I asked a couple of people over there, and then I saw a college kid there too. I know I've seen him before. It's Caleb Gardner, and he comes from a great running family, and he and his two brothers are top-notch runners. They ran high school and in college now, and he was the elite coordinator 3 years ago when I was in really good shape, and he got me a number near the front. So I said, are you the guy? And he had this big smile on his face. I said, are you the guy that deals with the numbers? What's going on? He said, oh yeah. He found out who I am. He said, 1975, I got you that number because that's the first year you ran the race. And I like doing stuff like this for our long-time runners, give them interesting numbers. And then he said, and then I gave you 151. He said, I looked you up back then, and I saw your blogs on the old blogs on the Falmouth Road Race I used to make. And he said, I learned a lot about the early days of the race from your blogs. And then I saw that in the first race in 1975, your race number was 151. So I got you that number. So, I mean, this kid is awesome. He's not only a good runner, but that's a good person, looking out for old-time runners, but also making us old-time runners feel good about the race, doing things for its runners. And so that's how I got number 151. So he also gave me the old 1975 because I said, I just really like that number. Just don't give it to anyone to run in the race. So first off, it all started out really good with Caleb's giving me those two numbers. So I was in a good mood for this race, and I was going to live up the experience, which is what I did.
Just about set.
2 nights before the road race is the Falmouth Miles, held at the Falmouth High School track. The school was built in 1973, and on this track I was on the first cross-country team and track team to use the track. It's been renovated since then. I always show up the miles to watch these races. They're awesome. They also have a wheelchair mile and 2 high school miles. The female race this year was won by Heather McLean from Massachusetts, and it was a really good race and a cool night. The men's race was another great race with a fantastic finish. Unfortunately, I didn't get the final lap where they finished. Luke Hauser was the winner in a close finish and a new record on the track. When I was in high school in 9th grade on the cross-country team, we were trading the Jim Ryan story and the Kip Keino story books about the 2 great milers from the 1960s and 70s, and we were all reading it, and we had no idea that someday later all these sub 4-minute miles would be run on the track that we raced on. It's early morning, Falmouth Road Race morning, gorgeous day out there. I just biked into the bike valet, left my bike off here, then I'm going to get on one of these buses to get my ride to the start. It's an earlier start this year at 8 o'clock in the morning, so watching the sun come up. And everyone gets off the bus and goes that way unless they have a low number, which I do, so I'm going against the crowd here and going to head over to Woods Hole there by the harbor. Somewhat early to the starting line. It's pretty empty up here. This is the Elite Corral, so I'm on the bridge. The starting line is going to be a little bit more busy in a short while. Starting line. Here's a quick video of what it looks like running Falmouth. Unfortunately, I missed the lighthouse in the finish line, but enjoy what you have.
Start here as they make their way across the bridge and down the race course. And now on the... So if you are paid to run, or you want our professional runners to come on out because you need a chance to understand one more time as the clock inches closer to 8 a.m. Woods Hole. And are racing here. Countries represented include Eritrea, Kenya, Canada, and of course the United States. Good luck, men. Have a great race. Runners, set. There they go. The men's division is off. It is 8:02 a.m. Good luck, everybody. Have a great race. We will see you at the finish line. Good luck, Jack. Have a great race. We know this is your 49. It is off. It is 8:02 a.m. Good luck, everybody. Have a great race. We will see you at the finish line. Good luck, Jack. Have a great race. We know this is your
Thomas Paletto from Falmouth. Welcome, Thomas. Gavin Richardson from East Falmouth. Christopher Hale from Somerville.
Brian, and it looks like we are going to have our award ceremony now for our men's elite field. Tony, take it away. Thank you, Mark. Here we are in the 10. Let's go with our podium position. Third place. From Colorado Springs.
So I ended up third place in my age group, which is my highest age group placing ever at the Falmouth Road Race. It was a good race. Always love to come back to Falmouth. 51 years ago, I ran my first one. And another thing about that number 151, the 1 stands for 1975, the first year I ran Falmouth, and the 51 stands for 51 years later, 2026. I'm still running the Falmouth Road Race.